welcome back to the best military feats. In today's video, we will dive deep into one of Alexander the Great's most important battles, the Siege of Tyre in 332 BC. Before we get into that, I'd like to ask you all to help support this brand new channel by liking and subscribing if you enjoy this video. This is the third video we have posted, so any new likes or subscribers are greatly appreciated. Also, comment on any battles you would like to see us cover in the future. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. To start off, we need to know the context of this battle between Alexander the Great's Macedonian army and the citizens of Tyre, after defeating Darius III at the Battle of Issus in November 333 BC. Alexander the Great is able to march down the eastern Mediterranean coast. He aims to gain control of the sea by capturing Persian seaports, therefore neutralizing their superior naval fleet. Most fortresses along the coast surrender in exchange for protection, but the island fortress of Tyre defies Alexander's authority. Alexander now lays siege to the seemingly impregnable island fortress. The stakes for this battle are as follows. A Macedonian victory would serve as an example of Alexander's authority and ease further conquest of the eastern Mediterranean coast. A Tyrian victory would frustrate Alexander and complicate his conquest of the eastern Mediterranean coast. One more thing before we get into the fun stuff. These symbols will be important for you to understand the animations later on. Now it's time to get into the battle. Tyre is a large island fortress over 500 m from land. It is protected on all sides by an outer wall of thick stone up to 45 m high on the eastern side. Large underwater stones block a potential landing site on the southeast side of the fortress. There are also two harbors, both on the eastern side. The island itself features two additional inner walls to protect the actual urban area in the north. This urban area is densely populated and features large, multi-storied buildings. Alexander deploys his army on the coast, unable to reach Tyre with projectiles of any sort. His fleet is slightly outnumbered and outclassed in training by the Tyrian fleet, and therefore remains close to shore. Alexander plans to take the island fortress somehow, no matter the cost. The Tyrians are confident behind their walls and plan to hold out until Alexander's supply situation deteriorates or he abandons the siege in frustration. Alexander orders the construction of a mole, a raised tract of land, to reach Tyre. The Macedonian infantry working as laborers are harassed by the Tyrian fleet while Alexander's fleet is powerless to help. Alexander orders construction of two wooden towers reinforced by raw hides to protect against fire arrows to deter Tyrian sorties. The Tyrians respond to these wooden towers by converting a horse transport into a fire ship. They load the ship with dry branches, other highly combustible materials, and sulfur. When a favorable wind turns up, the fire ship is towed out to sea and set aflame. The fire ship collides with the Macedonian mole and explodes, obliterating both towers. Alexander orders the mole to be widened and then to continue progressing towards Tyre. More wooden towers are also constructed for further protection against any clever Tyrian plans. Alexander's fleet is reinforced by regional powers looking to back Alexander after finally learning of Darius III's defeat at Issus in November. The Tyrian fleet ventures into the open sea to probe the mole's new defenses, but is confronted by the now superior Macedonian fleet. The Tyrian fleet realizes this and hurries back to the harbor where it is blockaded. Meanwhile, the mole reaches Tyre's walls, although construction is costly as laborers come in range of Tyrian archers. Alexander constructs catapults and probes the walls to the north and south of the mole, while his infantry and archers create a minor breach in the wall facing the mole. In the south, however, Alexander discovers a suitable place to assault and removes the underwater stones blocking his ships from reaching it. Alexander continues a cautious attack against the breach in the wall facing the mole to occupy the Tyrians' attention while undertaking two preliminary maneuvers. Two fleets are filled with Macedonian infantry. One is fitted with rams and catapults to breach the southern wall, while the other sails around the back of the island to threaten the Tyrian defenders' rear. Alexander suddenly launches a well-prepared, all-out attack to defeat the island fortress. Both blockading fleets push into the Tyrian harbors. The attack from the mole continues, and a diversionary attack is launched against the western wall. The decisive attack comes at the southern breach, where the fleet lands two waves of infantry. They shove the defenders back and push into the city. The Tyrians mount a last stand in the city, but their front is pierced and Tyre quickly surrenders. Alexander ordered 2,000 Tyrians to be crucified on the beaches as punishment for refusing to surrender. The majority of the male population was put to death, and the rest were enslaved. The fall of Tyre was not the only fortress to fall along the eastern Mediterranean coast, but was one of few to actively resist. The capture of Tyre reinforced the precedent that cities should surrender to Alexander to avoid destruction. This aided Alexander in neutralizing Persian control of the sea and allowed him to push further into Persia overland, culminating in the decisive Battle of Guagamela the following year. Well, that's it for today, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you did, and comment any battles you would like to see us cover in the future. We will see you next time for more great military feats.